Hello. This time we want to talk about the domain and range for different type of the function. For the first one, we talk about the easiest one, that is the linear equation y equals to mx plus c. For here, we know that any x we can use, so that for the x should be all real value, and for the y, every one x we can find every y, so that y also can be any value here. And the next, that is the quadratic equation y equals to a brackets x minus h squared plus k. Here, first one we talk about the domain first. For whole of our equation, x can be from the negative to the positive, so x can be all value. But for the range, we need to concern in two cases about the a. A is positive, then we know that we have a minimum value for the y. That means the y will be smallest number k, that means greater and equals to k. So, when we know that when a is greater than 0, then our range will be greater than equals to k. On the other hand, if a are negative, then whole of the number will have a maximum value. That means the maximum one is k, all the others y's will be smaller than k. All the other y's smaller than k, such that y is smaller than equals to k. We have these two. And we have same style for it, that is the absolute. When y equals to a absolute, x minus h plus k. This one also the same. Any x we can fulfill here. And we are concerned about the a. We have the maximum or the minimum. And we have the third part. A little bit change that this also is an a with something plus k. But inside this time, we are talking about vertical for x minus h. We need to think about one thing. For the range, we are also the same. We only concerned about this one. This one will be greater than 0. If a is positive, that means whole number greater than 0 plus k. That means our y also is greater and equals to k. On the other hand, our y is smaller and equals to k. But for our domain here, any vertical inside should be greater and equals to 0. That means our x minus h is greater and equal to 0. Finally, we will have this one. X is greater and equals to h. If we say that this one is linear. On the other hand, if this is vertical is some quadratic equation, x squared something, then still inside is greater and equals to 0. Okay, the third part. Y equals to a times log x minus h plus k. Here, for the range, just one thing. That is, y is all real value. Y, this time, y can be all real value because for the log, the result for log can be positive infinitive to negative infinitive. No matter the a is positive or negative, result for first part also is any number. Any number plus k also is any number, so that the y can be any value. But for the x this time, inside the log, we cannot have any zero or negative number, must be positive. So this time for the log, x minus h is greater than 0. Result, that is x greater than h. And next one, number 5, we have this one, y equals to ax plus b divided by cx plus d. This one, for the domain, is easy because for any of the factor, the denominator cannot be 0, so that cx plus d cannot be 0, such that x not equals to c d divided by c. And for the range, we are going to say not equal to something. But what is this? Actually, we can say by the inverse function, or another one. Now I'm going to show you the result will be a over c later on. And for the number 6, we say our number y equals to a times maybe 2 to the power x plus k. Okay, for the domain, the index can be any number because 2 to the power something. We can 2 to the power infinitive or 2 to the negative something. So that the x can be any value. This time, we also need to concern about the a, because if a are positive, then 2 to the power x must greater than 0. We cannot say any 2 to the power something is equal to 0 or negative. We cannot change that. So if this one is positive, that means whole of this term, first term also is greater than 0. Then plus the k, the y also will be greater than k. And turn around, if a are negative, that means also same as before this one, just without the equals, y are smaller than k. Okay, for the last one here, number 7, y equals to a constant k. Then the domain is what? We don't have any x. Because we don't have any x, so that x can be all value. This one will not affect the result of the y. And the range already so there is only equals to k.